Hello everyone, this is Laurie at Laurie R Creations. I'll be bringing you in this video a DIY for farmhouse frame decorations for fall. So these mini wood frame pieces are awesome to put on your shelves or your tiered farmhouse trays. They also work great as if you piece them together as a wall hanging, or they're a great size to add to your fall wreath. So what I used to create this project were two 3/8 inch by 36 inch poplar square wood dowels. These are pretty relatively inexpensive, but you could, if you wanted to, use the Dollar Tree Tumbling Towers game blocks. It's just, for me, much easier to use the wood dowels for this. I also used a 12 by 12 inch piece of mat board. Again, you could use a piece of Dollar Tree white poster board, same difference. Scissors, pencil, white permanent chalk marker, orange permanent chalk marker, something to cut your mat or poster board with. I found that my scissors didn't cut my mat board, and so I have a mat board cutter, so I just use that to cut that. But if you have poster board, you may be able to get away with using scissors for that. A ruler, a saw, some sandpaper, and a hot glue gun. I also used a couple of paint brushes, and I used two different kinds of paint, two different colors of paint, and a stain. The dark teal or dark green paint color that I was going for, I didn't have a paint that matched it, so I took two different colors and blended them together to get that exact color that I wanted for my green framed piece. And then I have orange paint in the spiced carrot. That was great. That worked great. The stain that I used is just a gel stain, and I used a walnut color, but you of course could use any color you want for this project. First thing I did was I measured and cut my wood frame pieces. I cut 8 pieces that were 4 inches long, and then I cut 8 pieces that were 2 7/8 inches long. I cut kind of an awkward size for the smaller piece because by the time I arranged my frame, it would have looked awkward to me if I had cut all my pieces 4 inches because of how I put them together. So it's up to you. You can make it, 4 inches by 3 inches, but I just use the 2 7/8 inches for the smaller pieces. Because some of my cut edges were a little rough, I used some sandpaper to smooth out the edges because when you put the two pieces together, you want a nice flat, smooth surface for the glue to bond to. Also, I wiped each piece of the wood down to clear any dust residue because that also would interfere with the glue bonding. Then using my hot glue gun, I attached the wood together. I used 2 pieces of the 4-inch and 2 pieces of the 2 7/8 inch pieces of wood that I cut to form the frame. So prior to staining my frames, I measured out the backing boards and cut one out for each frame. So that gave me 4 in total. I did this before I stained the frames because I didn't want any of the stain to get on the white backing boards. Then using my walnut color stain and a paintbrush, I stained each frame inside and out and then set those aside to dry. While the frames dried, I painted 2 of the backing pieces. Due to the fact that I didn't have the exact color green, as I mentioned before, that I wanted to use, I mixed these 2 paints, a dark Victorian teal and a sea foam, and it gave me that really cool, like tealish green that I wanted for my fall decor. Then I painted one of the backings with this color. Then I painted the other backing with the orange and then let them both dry. I didn't paint the white ones because they were already white and I didn't want to waste any of my white paint. There was no need for it, so I just left them. I went online and downloaded a free version of the Skinny Farmhouse font. You can find that by Googling free farmhouse fonts. Then I printed out, cut out, and arranged the wording on my backing pieces. So to transfer my wording onto the backing pieces, I used the graphite from a pencil. I flipped over my design and rubbed the backs with the graphite, loaded it up with graphite, and then I turned them over, placed them on the backing, and traced with pencil to transfer everything onto that backing. With the orange permanent marker, I wrote on the two white pieces following the lines that I transferred. I added a leaf design that I hand drew to help complement the wording. You totally don't have to do this, but I thought it really kind of gave it a little pop on a couple of these little frame pieces. I used the same technique of transfer for the painted pieces, and then with my white chalk permanent marker, I added the wording to those pieces. So I glued all the backings into place on each frame with my glue gun. Due to the fact that my mat board was pretty sturdy, I didn't really feel the need to run a line of glue. I just used dots of glue in the corners to hold everything together. If you are using poster board, poster board's a little thinner than mat board, so you may want to add just a little extra glue to hold everything together. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Also, those that follow me on Instagram, thank you so much. I hope I inspire you to give this craft a try. Thank you again. This is Laurie at Laurie R Creations. Have a great day.